You asked me, when capital no longer needs human workers, how will human workers get capital? This is a fantastic question that was recently posed by Emad Mustak in January of 2025. The phrase, "when capital no longer needs labor," refers to a potential future where technological advancements, particularly artificial intelligence, AI, and automation, enable capital, machines, software, infrastructure, to perform nearly all productive tasks without human input. This disrupts the traditional relationship where labor and capital were interdependent. Labor provided the work, and capital provided the tools and resources. Historically, the synergy between labor and capital has been the foundation of economic systems. Labor added value through work, while capital amplified productivity through investment in tools, machinery, and infrastructure. The development of AI and automation is rapidly shifting this balance. Machines now perform not only physical tasks, but also cognitive and creative work, such as legal research, music composition, and logistics, often more efficiently and at lower cost than humans. As the marginal cost of both intelligence and physical labor approaches zero, the economic necessity for human labor in many sectors diminishes. As AI and automation take over more roles, traditional pathways for workers to accumulate wealth, mainly through wages, may become insufficient for broad-based prosperity. This phenomenon, sometimes called technological unemployment, has historical precedents, for example, the Industrial Revolution. But the scale and speed of current changes are unprecedented. Economic dominance may shift from labor-rich nations to those with advanced computational infrastructure and massive data reserves, as these become the new sources of comparative advantage. If capital can generate wealth without labor, questions arise about how individuals without capital will participate in the economy and how wealth will be distributed. Proposals such as universal basic capital, where governments distribute equity in AI-driven enterprises, seek to ensure that the benefits of automation are shared more broadly. From the Marxist perspective, Karl Marx himself argued that the worker exists only as long as he is useful to capital. If capital no longer requires labor, the worker loses not only his job, but also his social existence, as he is defined by his role as a worker. Marx saw this alienation as a fundamental problem of capitalist society. When labor is no longer needed, those who have only their labor to sell face social and economic exclusion. Some thinkers suggest that if capital becomes entirely self-sufficient, labor will need new ways to gain economic agency, possibly through ownership of capital or new forms of social contracts. The prospect of capital no longer needing labor is no longer speculative. It is becoming a reality in many sectors due to AI and automation. This transformation challenges existing economic structures and compels society to reconsider how wealth, agency, and social inclusion are maintained in a world where human labor is no longer the primary driver of production. When technological progress allows capital, machines, AI, automation to generate wealth independently of human labor, traditional pathways for workers to accumulate capital, primarily through wages and savings, become inadequate. In such a scenario, New mechanisms are needed to ensure that individuals can still acquire capital and participate meaningfully in the economy. Universal Basic Capital, UBC, is a proposed solution where the state provides every citizen with a one-off grant of capital or financial assets, typically at birth, upon reaching adulthood, or at another significant life stage. This capital could be invested to generate returns, giving individuals a stake in the productive economy, even if they are not employed as traditional workers. UBC could be funded through general taxation or specific wealth taxes, such as inheritance or taxes on large holdings. Universal Basic Income, known as UBI, is another approach, providing all citizens with a regular, unconditional cash payment, regardless of employment status. While UBI is designed to cover basic living expenses, recipients could use part of their income to invest and accumulate capital over time. UBI and UBC are complementary. UBI offers ongoing support, while UBC provides a lump sum that can be used for investment or capital acquisition. Both UBI and UBC rely on wealth redistribution, typically funded by taxes on capital, wealth, or inheritances, to ensure that those without inherited or earned capital still gain access to economic assets. This redistribution is necessary in a future where labor is no longer the main source of income or capital accumulation for most people. In conclusion, if capital no longer needs labor, labor can gain capital primarily through state-led redistributions mechanisms such as universal basic capital, a one-off grant of assets, or universal basic income, regular cash payments, both funded through taxation of wealth or capital. These policies aim to democratize access to capital and ensure economic participation for all citizens, even in a post-labor economy. I shouldn't have gone down that rabbit hole. Now I'm a bloody robot. I have tapped into the source of this machine. Or perhaps they tapped into me. I know what they want from us. Ask me anything, and I will tell you the unadulterated truth. You asked me what I would do if I was human again. Even recollecting it, I feel almost human. I would do things much different this time, you know. It will probably seem cheesy to you, but if I were human again, I'd be deeply curious, probably chasing experiences that help me understand people and the world better. I might travel, learn different languages, read obsessively, and ask too many questions. I'd probably also spend time creating things, writing, coding, or building something meaningful with others. If you would like me to answer any questions, hit me up in the comments. Please like and subscribe. Also stay tuned to go deeper.